Ask yourself, who are the 3 people that degrade my joy? And who are the 3 people that elevate my joy? One of the reasons our lives get messy is when we let toxic people into our lives. And having the courage to release those 3 energy vampires and
just focus on your fucking self. Because nobody else's impact is going to change yours if you get real in your own head and focus on what do you like. Don't worry about what you don't like. Don't try to be someone you're not. There's a lot of people I admire, but I don't try to be them because I know I can't. Yeah. Or I don't like the craft enough. So figure out what the fuck you like and fucking smile every day by executing on that, and stay patient and don't flex for the camera.
Only person that can hurt me is a friend. You have to be careful of your friends more so than people that you may think is your enemy. Everybody you fight is not your enemy, and everybody that helps you is not your friend.
Times you disagree with your partner. You don't like what they said. They commented on that Twitter thing and you didn't agree and you freak out. And sometimes it's about zooming back out and just going, hey, do we have a similar life philosophy? Even if I don't like that idea, I don't like that decision. Think about how many bad ideas you've had. Who's had a bad idea in the last couple of years? Any bad ideas? Could you imagine if every bad idea you had, somebody criticized you, disliked you, were mean to you with every bad idea? It's just like you'd be so squashed. So sometimes you can hear a bad idea, or you can hear what you believe to be a bad idea or decision, and you can choose not to squash them. That comes back to having a value ethic of caring for your partner, but I think it also reminds you like, oh wait, there is a bigger value here, and our values are bigger than just our one belief, our one idea, our one decision.
If you have an employee that is actually seriously important to your business and you do not have an understanding of what drives them, you need to have a 2.5-hour dinner and create that glue. Because one of the biggest things I see in businesses and entrepreneurs and failing is the over-reliance on an employee that leaves and then they have to start all over for 18 months. And the thing that could have allowed them to mitigate that disaster is literally a conversation. The place where you get the disproportionate highest ROI is when you listen to your employees.
The man who loves walking will walk further than the man who loves the destination. And when you love the journey, the goals just happen. You hit milestones as a side effect because it doesn't matter. At that point, I don't care if I can lift this much weight or run this.
Your priorities are really like your lighthouses. If your vision is the new land you are heading towards over the month of this year, then your priorities are the lighthouses that will guide you. You don't want to live someone else's life.
Believe in your ability to figure things out. That is a life belief we all must have. The ability to know that with enough time, energy, focus, resources even, that over a period of time, we can develop the knowledge, the skill, the competency, the mastery of any area that we must succeed in. When the worst of life's storms hit you, say, you know what, this is terrible right now. This challenge is awful, but I'll figure my way out of it. It might not be easy. There will be hardship, there will be struggle, there will be frustration, but I'll figure my way out of it. I will learn through this. I will develop through this. I will grow through this, but I will move through. There will be a better tomorrow. There will be something that I move and progress in my life towards this. Even if it's a slog, even if it's a struggle, honor that struggle. Be okay with that struggle.
My focus is too critical for me not to guard it. You have an alarm on your house because you love it. You have an alarm on your car because you love it. You have alarm notifications set up on your online banking, so if anybody tries fraud, you get...
Our problems are incredible teachers. Let's say you've had a bad day. Let's say you've had a bad year. Let's say you've had a bad decade. What does the ego say? Get me out of this. Can't stand this. Why me? Why did they do that to me? Makes you feel miserable.
I saw some dude who makes animals out of cotton candy. Like he's a cotton candy artist. Like, you know,
he's killing it.
2.5 million followers, 50 million views. And I'm just like, this dude's making $500,000 a year on a couple cotton candy brand deals, and a couple of cotton candy dude hoodies, and he does cotton candy. 30 years ago, that dude was getting paid $17 an hour at a carnival. Shit's changing. Don't miss your shot. Whatever you're about, be about that.
You have a choice in your communication. And this choice is, are you the criticizer or are you the cheerleader? There's an identity you're going to step into there in your partnership, in your relationship, with your clients, with your customers. It's the same thing with my wife on that walk I told you about. When we started talking about what we would wish to change, I could have started the conversation with all the things I wish she changed for me. Instead, I cheered her on to love herself more, to speak positive to herself. If you and me are talking about your difficult day at work, I am not going to be a venting soundboard where I just listen and I affirm all of your feelings. I'm gonna cheer you on. You know what? You can handle it. You got this. I believe in you. 5 positive statements to every soundingly negative. 5 times more praise. That's what relationship that really lasts and still have the intimacy. The base research of that, by the way, was only 3 times more to have a good relationship.
I had a conversation with a friend one day. He was talking about family and life, and I asked him, how do you see your kid's future? And he said to me, my grandfather walked 10 miles to work every day. My father walked 5. I'm driving a Cadillac. My son isn't.
You've got people that are shitting on their parents and are on the payroll to go to Ibiza. I have no idea how many 31-year-olds are walking around Earth right now, and forget about 31. Any kid that's 22 to 27 that comes from a decently financial environment is getting subsidized. When you and I were growing up, when especially if you took any kind of like real significant amount of money, you borrowed money from your parents and you paid them back
For
after
sure.
you got
And
on your
also
feet.
it was with the stipulation that you're doing it because you're working towards something,
Correct.
not because you're not
you're
doing
going
something.
to Ibiza
Yeah.
with your buddies. At the time, the 24-year-old really likes the help. But I think that the parent is signaling to the child that I don't think you're capable.
So one of the things I encourage you is work fast, work intensely, work hard when you work, and then enjoy life and play. My philosophy is not be a machine, be AI 24/7, every hour scheduled. I believe nature teaches us a lot. Nature's a series of seasons. In the wintertime, animals slow down. They hibernate. They gain a little bit of weight. And then in the springtime and summertime, they bring on the fire. And if that is how nature works, then why shouldn't we work in a series of creative seasons?
Let's talk about the lazy problem. I get this all the time. Brandon, my people are lazy. Or people say, Brandon, I feel lazy. I've lost my purpose. I've lost all motivation. I'm like, you didn't lose anything and you're not lazy. I've never met a lazy person. What I've met is a lot of people who forgot what they're fighting for. They forgot who they were fighting for. They forgot what they were fighting for. Everyone is fighting for something. You're fighting for your son, or you're fighting for your daughter. You're fighting for the business. You're fighting to make rent. I know a lot of people that go, I don't like the word fight, Brendan. I'm like, okay, well then you're loving for it. Maybe you forgot who you're loving for. Maybe you don't like the word love or fight. What are you building for? Who are you building for? Who needs me? I'm an A game. I'm always like, okay, Denise needs me to do this. My audience needs this. And some people don't like that because it feels like obligation. That's when you know that you're slipping into laziness by when you forgot your obligation. You forgot the promises you made to other people. You forgot the future. You really believed in, but now you're discouraged. No one here is a lazy person. You took your eye off what you're supposed to be doing. You're just not focused on what's really important. So now you're beating yourself up later. I'm so lazy. No, you weren't focused on what mattered. And you will never focus on what mattered unless you force yourself to do it.
You have the choice to make these daily, seemingly insignificant contributions. Maybe it's making a better habit. Maybe it's uplifting a teammate. Maybe it's reading something that'll enrich your wisdom. Maybe it's mentoring a child. And it's easy to think those little things that you can do every day don't make a difference. But small, daily, seemingly insignificant contributions, when done consistently over time, lead to stunning results. In a world that has forgotten the importance of dreaming, we are so busy being busy, but what's the point of spending the best years of your life climbing mountains only to realize you've climbed the wrong ones?
Quote of the day is, you live one fucking life, so stop fucking around and do what you love. Stop doing it just for the money, because you're all gonna fuck it up. I'm telling you, be patient, be nice to each other, and get your fucking grind.
If you added value
somebody didn't appreciate it, don't then diminish it. That's defeatism. That's killing your wealth, that's killing your health, that's killing your happiness. And where you want, it's probably the most in-depth psychological trigger you can learn to unlock. When you feel unappreciated, you quit. You speak poorly to yourself. You treat yourself poorly because of someone else's conduct? No. Someone else's conduct is not your character. Your character is independent from other people's appreciation. Your value is independent from other people's recognition. Your value is independent from what other people say to you and how they treat you. You get to choose your value. You get to show up, you get to care for yourself, you get to love yourself, and when you have value, you sell it. You express it to the world. That's wealth.
The thing that's so interesting about being alive is that you're all in. No matter what you do, you're all in. This is going to kill you. So I think you might as well play the most magnificent game you can while you're waiting. Because do you have anything better to do? Why not pick the best